You gotta be behind a peephole looking at everything like, oh my God, look at all these guys and getting all these women. What's wrong with you, my dude? What's wrong with you? Guys, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, AKA the Diddler, has been denied bail. The judge said, listen, homeboy, you're not going home. You're not going to your estate. You're not going to the Enterprise. You are going back to Arkham.
It's impossible, I tell you! Impossible! My trap was perfect!
We are not going to send you home. So P. Diddy said that, hey, I am not guilty. I didn't do any of those things that's in the indictment. But I read the indictment, and boy, oh boy, it's a lot of things that's going on. From baby oil, thousands of bottles of baby oil, thousands of bottles of lube.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What are you doing, homeboy? What is these freak-offs? Why are you coercing women? Why are you giving women drugs? What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Let's get into the video. Let's find out what they got to say about it.
Now to Sean Diddy Combs. He appeared in a Manhattan federal court, pleaded not guilty to multiple charges. Prosecutors allege that Combs was the head of a years-long criminal enterprise trafficking and abusing women.
Damn!
Years long. That means that he's been at it for a long time. What's wrong with you, homeboy? You got problems, huh? You can't get with women? Listen, you Sean Diddy Combs. You could have told these women, hey, listen, you know what, baby girls? I want all of you.
What do you mean by that?
This is how we gonna do it. I'm gonna take care of all y'all. Y'all don't gotta worry about them. You don't gotta coerce. You don't gotta drug. You don't gotta have people doing all these things, all these crazy freak-offs. What's wrong with you, my man? What is wrong with you?
Stop it. Get some help.
Dan Abrams is standing by. But first, our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Good morning, Aaron.
And good morning to you, Robin. Sean Combs is waking up in this grim, decrepit federal.
You saw the garbage truck pass by? Yes, they went and they took all his foolishness and dumped it in the garbage. Because this man is crazy. He is crazy. I don't know what's wrong with him. Why you got to have all these things? Why you got to be behind a peephole looking at everything like, oh my God, look at all these guys and getting all these women. What's wrong with you, my dude? What's wrong with you?
Jail, and he's going back to court today. When he came into court the first time in his black t-shirt and gray sweatpants, he appeared momentarily stunned as he took in his new reality as a criminal defendant.
We made hits that'll rearrange your whole set, and got a Benz that I ain't even drove yet.
This morning.
That was good. I got to give him that. That was funny. That was a good clip to use because you know what? He got cars that he ain't going to drive yet. He ain't going to never drive them because he's going down for a long time.
Hook him down on murder 1, 2 counts.
He's going away. They said, listen, homeboy, you're going to prison.
Sean Diddy Combs is behind bars, locked up on racketeering and sex trafficking charges that make the music mogul sound like a monster.
Straight up monster. He is a straight up monster. You saw what he did to Cassie. You saw him running down the hall, looking like Donkey Kong, grabbing Pauline off the. I'm trying to get to the next stage. What is wrong with this man? I do not understand it. It is crazy.
At least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Listen, it is crazy, and he did do that. Here it is in the indictment right here. Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. These women wanted to mess with him. They wanted to be in a relationship with him.
Okay.
They didn't want to go ahead and mess with some commercial men that Combs is flying out talking about, oh yeah, let me go behind the curtain, let me see what you're doing right here. Oh, let me peek through the door. Let me be a flipping diddler. Let me run around like Skeletor laughing.
Combs, seen here smiling with his children the day before his arrest, is being held without bail. With several of his children watching in court, Combs pleaded not guilty to charges he led a criminal enterprise that subjected young women to violence, use of firearms, threats, coercion, and verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual abuse.
Nah, homeboy, it's in the indictment. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other activities, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, coercion, and enticement, and to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
We don't do that here.
The 14-page indictment alleging Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male prostitutes called freak-offs.
What?
What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Freak-offs, my dude? And then here's the thing. It's probably a lot of celebrities that he has had at his flipping compound.
I mean, I was a businessman doing business.
It's probably so many celebrities that's going to be like, oh my God, I've been to this stuff. Oh my God, I took part of these things. Oh my God, I saw P. Diddy peeping through the door, watching me while I was bucka bucka brown brown, bucka brown brown, bucka bucka brown brown, bucka brown brown.
Daddy, chill.
So he probably caught me in some crazy things, and now I have to figure out what to do. Let me call my lawyers. Let me figure out that I can say to myself, I don't know this, man. I was never there. But it got you on tape because the feds got the tapes. They got them, and now they're going to call you to the stand, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I don't really know why I did it. Why did I go to this guy's house? Why did I allow this man to manipulate me?
He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims.
Prosecuted.
There you go. He was like, listen, let me tell y'all something, okay? I got y'all, okay? I saw what you did, okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to act like this. You want to act like you straight out in public, but on my freak-offs now, you were getting it down, homeboy. You were getting it down.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Uh-oh, I don't really want that out. Oh, so now here's the thing. You got to do what I tell you to do. You got to make sure that I control you. And you got to come back, okay? And don't say a damn thing, because if you do, I'm going to let it out.
You said authorities seized the records along with firearms, drugs, and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
Oh, Lord.
What the hell was he doing with this? What in the world was he doing with this? Like, come on. Yeah, think about this. 1,000 bottles of baby oil. You lathering up women in this and third, or men, whatever the hell his prerogative, because I don't really know. You know what we do. Adults, come on, let's be honest. Men and women, we know what we do with those baby oil.
What do you mean by that?
We know what we do with the liquid lubricant. Waka 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 waka.
Bruh, chill.
We know what we do. So this what he had in that house? This is crazy. Also, with those freak-offs, this is what he was doing. He was arranging these freak-offs. Combs, with the assistance of members of the Associates of Combs Enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. That's wilding. What was he doing? Going to Yoruba, going to Thailand, going to China, going to all these different places to say, I'm going to make these things happen. I'm a freak-off. I don't give a damn.
I don't like where this is going.
A variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keeping the victims obedient and compliant. The Diddler was like he wanted to control everything. He didn't want to make sure that everybody's under control. He didn't give a damn. He wanted to control these women. He wanted to control these men. He wanted to have the power to know that he has people's lives in his hands.
Come on now, dog.
Sometimes, unbeknownst to victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically receive IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. What in the world was going on around there? You mean to tell me that he had these people performing for multiple days, possibly dehydrated, possibly without liquids, possibly without food, and by the time everything is over, by the time he said I had my fill, by the time he said I am good, by the time he said I have so much video so I could be able to jack off to.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
He said, I'm going to go and hook these people up to IV fluids, give them some IV fluids, and send them on their way. This man is a maniac. This man is worse than sinister. This man is like Lucifer. He wants to control you. He wants to have all these things so he can use it for his own personal nasty ass gain.
Raids last March on Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles. The indictment describes aggressive, open, violent, hedonistic abuse that you say was recurrent and widely known. Why did it take law enforcement so long to intervene? How many women were victimized?
Let me tell you why. The reason why that took them so long is because he probably had videos of powerful police people that was going to his parties, doing this crazy things, going to those freak-offs, taking those drugs, drinking that alcohol, and having P. Diddy go ahead and doing crazy things to him. So he had those people in uncompromising positions that they probably don't really want out, that they want to be able to keep private. And he said that if you don't do what I'm going to do, if you don't do what you have to do for me, I'm going to let those out. These people were probably part of the Biden administration. These people were probably part of the Trump administration. He probably have some people in the Gavin Newsom administration. He probably have some people in the King Adams administration. We do not know. We don't know how far the rabbit hole goes, but guess what? The feds know. The FBI know, because they broke into this man's house.
FBI, open up!
As it says in the indictment, Combs also used the sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating records that he made during freak-offs as collateral to ensure the continued obedience and silence of the victims. This part of the indictment is wild. When employees, witnesses to his abuse, or others threaten Combs' authority or reputation, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise engage in acts of violence, threats of financial and reputational harm, and verbal abuse. These acts of violence including kidnapping and arson. In addition to multiple occasions, Combs threw both objects and people, as well as hit, dragged, choked, and shoved others. The Diddler was doing so many crazy things, using sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating recordings that he made during freak-offs as collateral to ensure the continued obedience and silence of the victims. This man was making sure that anybody who participated in the freak-offs, he had things over them. He was able to hold a damn piano over their head to make sure you better do what I say, or else I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to send this to your wives. I'm going to send this to your husband. And guess what? You're going to be in trouble. Because why? I'm the Diddler.